So I'm going to share a very vivid vision that I had one night. My dreams tend to be very lucid in their manner. This is a dream that I had recurringly ever since I was a child. I just never ever finished it until not too long ago. In this dream, I was in this square room. It had this wooden sort of carpet, and there was this red looking carpet over that wooden looking carpet. I guess it would be like a bamboo floor or something. And there were these windows that were doors on the side, and I remember sitting down in front of this one that had a light behind it. And I sat there and I sort of kneeled on my knees and sat back on my feet. And I took my left hand and I reached over to the right and I grabbed the door panel and slid it to the left. And when I did, the light got brighter. And throughout my life, I would slowly peel away more and more. Sometimes I would get in the room and get distracted by what I seen in the light that was in each panel. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. But it was almost like I could hear and see stuff on the other side. A little bit more each time. I remember smelling jasmine and I could hear more laughter and I could feel more warmth every time. And I continued in my dream, sliding the panels, never stopping, sometimes getting distracted, but never stopping. Till one time, I reached what was the final panel, and it was so bright. I remember thinking, wow, this light's going to engulf me when I open this last panel. How am I going to be able to bear it? And I did it anyways. I trusted in the feeling and the knowing. And I slid the panel across to my left with my left hand. And when I did, this beautiful open circular meadow was beneath me. And this little room that I was in was sort of like up in a tree house. It was like sort of like a pagoda meets, I think it's called a pagoda, those little square buildings. I don't know, but I could be wrong, but meets tree house. And I remember looking to my right, and there was this long, beautiful branch that just dipped down and had all these smaller branches off on it, smaller limbs. And there were so many flowers and leaves and so much life, birds and lizards and little squirrels and and I remember this urge to look down, and when I did, there was this beautiful wingless sort of opal white looking, long, snaky looking dragon with this big furry head and the most big beautiful eyes. So much peace there, so much just wisdom. And it spoke to my heart, and it was sitting there under the tree at the very end, and I knew I had to get across, so I walked across, and I realized that each of those branches were a lifetime. But I kept going and going, and finally I had to jump off of the branch to get onto this dragon. I knew there was no other way. I knew that if I didn't at least try, then I never know. And so I did. And suddenly I was there. And it felt so amazing. And we were in the air immediately. And there was this point where I couldn't tell where I began and this beautiful dragon ended. And we went up very high. There were these mountaintops over clouds. The sun was so beautiful. There were other people there, other dragons. And it was just beautiful. So, anyways, I just wanted to share this dream vision, and I just wanted to get some insight if anybody does dream interpretation or has any input or questions. Ask, and we'll go from there. Thank you, and thank you for listening. Right? Namaste.